This is not the Church of Emmanuel, Christ of Latter-day Saints, of Joseph Smith. This is the Church of Jesus Christ.
Travis Wayne Goodsell, we got breaking news tonight, this afternoon. Not night yet. I was emailed a Salt Lake Tribune article from today, within the past hour. It was breaking. For the first time, a woman is going to lead a branch of Joseph Smith's church. No, it's not the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. What are you thinking? They hate women. They published the Joseph Smith papers for all to see that they're not Joseph Smith's church. And that's the whole point. The Community of Christ, formerly called the Reorganized Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, founded by Joseph Smith's son, Joseph Smith III. When he was an older man, he decided, I'll go check out and see what this Bergamite church is doing in the valley out in Salt Lake. And came back and said, no, I need to do my own church here, it looks like. And so he did his church, called it the wrong name because he didn't know. Brigham Young lied, everybody believed. And carried on. And there's been a lot of problems in this church as everything is contrary and in violation of Joseph Smith and the Book of Mormon. I've been going over that with you for 7 years now. Mormons are in denial and they get angry and fulfill Book of Mormon prophecy from 2 Nephi chapter 28. I wonder if I've done those videos lately. So yes, 17th of March, 1842. Joseph Smith had been rushed to become a master mason, and now went to the Relief Society and in the Joseph Smith papers, because Brigham Young didn't care to bother to publish it. It wasn't until 20 years later that he finally called someone to be the Relief Society president. That's how much he didn't care for it. He used women for his purposes, and his purposes were for polygamy and other church votes to overthrow the government of the United States of America. He uses women. It's what white supremacists do. They are racist, they are bigots, they are sexist, they are anti-Semitic, they neglect the poor, etc., 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 etc. How long will it take for Mormons to wake up to this? So, Community of Christ, in adhering finally, as they got desperate, they don't have a descendant of Joseph Smith anymore. They've been through some problems, as I've been told, by people who used to follow me. I don't know if they're still following me, from the Community of Christ. And they thank me for vindicating Joseph. It's not me, it's the Joseph Smith papers. They vindicate Joseph, expose this church of lying. But nonetheless, they tell the stories of how silly Mormons go on vacation to tour the Kirtland Temple and say, where are the baptisms for the dead done? Why aren't you wearing the magic underwear? Where's the endowment ceiling where you make loyalty oaths to the church? Brigham? And so, yeah, even the baptisms for the dead was done by Joseph, but not in the temples. And yeah, it could be done in the temples, because anciently the Egyptians had the the washings of the deceased and those who were initiates, but it was a pre-location on the path, straight and narrow path to the Holy of Holies. But that would be another video for you. And so, yeah, simply put, that talk that he gave to the women, he said, it's yours. Do with it as you want. If you want to pattern it after the church leadership, great, do it. Have yourself a president. If you want to have quorums, great, do it. Whatever you want to do, it's yours. Do with it as you will. And they had priesthood, they had office, and then Joseph was assassinated. Brigham claimed to be the president and took his Danites to this little valley here. And so, yeah, finally they got desperate at the Community of Christ with all the scandals, and knowing that there was precedent for it with 17th of March, 1842. That's a different thing. The Community of Christ has now called their first female president prophet. Her name is Stacy D. Cram. I don't recognize that as a Mormon name, Travis. And McKay? No, that's the wrong spelling of McKay. There's a Lachlan McKay who's being interviewed. Salt Lake Tribune does it again. So yeah, why are Mormons Mormon? It doesn't make any sense. The church doesn't care about Joseph Smith. They don't care to do whatever he did to pattern it and continue it in this church. They don't care to follow the Book of Mormon. They don't care to acknowledge that Joseph Smith and the Book of Mormon are in the learning of the Jews. They don't want the right name of the church. They forge documents to lie and deceive us. And you can tell which ones they are. They're the ones that are anti-Semitic and contrary, in complete violation of the Book of Mormon and of Joseph Smith's original work. So it's real simple to spot. You can use the Joseph Smith papers to help you if you're having difficulty figuring out that section 115, section 116, section 117, section 119, section 132, all forged documents. Joseph Smith history of 1838, tampered with. We now know who the enemy is of Joseph Smith that he talks about in verse 1. Because the Joseph Smith papers tells us it's Brigham and his Danites. Easy breezy cover girl. Or maybe it's Maybelline. SNL's coming on tomorrow, I think. Is it tomorrow or is it next week? I think, well, this is breaking news. We got to figure this out. Come on, hurry up. I'm way behind as it is already. When is SNL returning? Yep, tomorrow. And Bill Maher's tonight. John Oliver is February sometime.